Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be drawing and rigging this mic character in Moho. It's a character from Piemations on YouTube. Quite a cool cartoon character. I quite like the design. I like the textures and the colour. It's a very South Parky, cut out kind of style. Yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going to draw and rig this guy in Moho 14. Let's get into it. I'm going to start off with the head layer. I've got my reference layers images in a group. I've got one which is kind of low opacity and one full, just so I can colour pick. Although I have gone into Photoshop and made these textures with this colour, which I'll talk to you about in a second. So, let's start with the head. Yeah, so let's get the draw tool. I'm going to start with this square, I guess. Kind of squarish. Maybe do something like this. Add some points into this. Let's do that. Add some points here. This should be... it shouldn't be sharp corners, actually. I'm going to do that. Just untick sharp corners. Let's add points again. I want these corners to be curved, and just get a rough kind of shape for the head shape. Just play with the handles to get it kind of matching shape-wise. The ear will be a separate layer. Okay, so there's the shape of the head. I'm then going to go in and add an ear layer. Right now I'm just making the shapes, I'm not actually creating the shapes, if that makes sense. Just getting the vectors into place. You don't have to do this, but you can do it any kind of way you want really, but I just find this way a bit easier to work with when you got kind of layers overlapping each other, to see where you're working, if that makes sense. Okay, there's the ear, very simple. Let's go and add the hair. So this shape's going to be into two sections. It's going to have the main hair shape here, and then the back hair behind. So I'm just going to use the add points tool for this because it's very kind of a, yeah, it's a bit of an abstract shape. Not really a square or a circle, is it? It's kind of a spiky shape, so I'm just going to go with this tool. This can go behind here because it'll be behind the ear. You can just add these points here. I'm hitting control, by the way, to get these sharp corners. Is that connected? I think it is, yeah. Cool, so there's the hair shape. That's fine, this part here is fine, it's going to be masked by the ear. And let's add the back hair. So new layer, back hair. Bring behind the head, add points again, just trace this like that. Pretty cool. Oh, that'll be fine, I think. It's near enough, close enough. Let's go and add in front of the head layer. Let's add a new layer and call it eye. Yeah, let's call it eye. We'll draw one eye on one layer and the other on another. Get the circle tool and just line it up with this eye shape. Good enough for me. And then because we're going to use the same layer and add the pupil on the same layer, because we're going to use clipper masks, I'm going to copy this circle shape, Control C, and then Control V to paste it, rescale it for the pupil, and just line it up to the pupil. Like this, quite oval. So there's one eye shape. We'll probably need an eyelid for when it closes. So, I'm trying to think. What do I use? Just this switch layer. I think we might use switch layers for the eyes for this one. Yeah, probably use a switch layer. Let's copy this layer. As you can see, I'm kind of planning it as I go through it, how I'm going to approach this rig. Get that pupil lined up here for the eye. Now let's do this mouth shape on top of the head. New vector. And the mouth will be a switch layer too. Call it mouth. This is the only thing that's got an outline really on this character. The rest is just kind of fill. I should add points. Maybe add another one there. There's the mouth. You can add the teeth afterwards using a clipper mask. But that's the mouth. Okay, and then I need to add eyebrows, and then that'll be it for the head. Yeah, I'm gonna probably add the brows both on the same layer. If I find later on down the line I want to have them on separate layers, it'll be an easy kind of tweak. Let's just line it up. Is that not connecting? Where's the... Oh, there it is. Okay. Is it this one? It is that point. Ah. That's confusing me a little bit. Okay. There you go. Copy that shape, paste it, and then flip it up here for the eyebrow. Okay. That's going to be the head pretty much done. So I might just even group all that into a head layer. And let's go ahead and just fill this out real quick now. So we've got the back hair here. I'm going to select it with the U to create a shape, and then we want no fill we just want no stroke, sorry, just a fill, and then effect, image texture, select texture. I've already pre-made my textures here in Photoshop. Like I said, it's got kind of a felty texture. Got my hair color, hit open, and just hit. You can hit tile if you want. Let's see how it looks. And hit enter. See if that works. Okay, what I've done there, for some reason, is I added the image texture to the stroke, not the fill. That's why that's not worked. So let's try again. Image texture, select the hair color, hit apply. And now we have, as you can see, the image texture. Can I edit the texture maybe scale? Should be a way, I imagine. Is it with the paint bucket tool maybe? What was it? There's got to be a way. Tile, don't repeat maybe. Let's try don't repeat. No, tile. That's fine. There must be a way. I can't see the way how it'd be right now, but there's got to be a way. Maybe it's transform. You'd think I'd find this kind of stuff out before I start making a video, but I don't. So oh, here we go. You select the select shape tool. That's what it is. And you can move the texture. You can rescale the texture. I knew there was a way. We got there in the end, guys. We got there in the end. I'm just going to I want to kind of smooth the shape out a little bit, so I'm going to go to the curvature tool. I think no, this tool. Where's smooth? There's definitely. Oh, is it simplify? Yeah. Try simplify. Point reduction. That's the one. Give it a little bit of a. Not really doing much. You can play with the control of it there, the scale of it. It's not seem to be really affecting it much, so maybe it's just gonna have to do how it is. Okay, that's fine. Get the C tool and just play with some of this curvature. Just wants to be a little bit smooth, that's all. As you can see, it's a bit. Okay, that's fine. It might be here all day. Let's do the head. So you select the shape, image texture, choose that. We're going to choose skin. Hit OK and hit apply. Hit enter to create the shape. And as you can see, we now have that skin texture shape. If we want to scale it, we can. We've just found out. We'll just scale it a little bit. That's fine. Perfect. Next, we'll do the eyes. Why not? It'd be nice to see the eyes come to life. I don't think I've got a texture for the white eye, possibly. Let's have a look. Oh, I do. I have white texture. Okay. Do that. Apply. It's the black I don't have a texture for, so I'm just going to go fill, black for the pupil, plain for that. And just hit fill. Perfect. And then we'll do the same for the other eye. So hit U, hit that, image texture, select texture, white. Okay, and then we'll add black for the pupil. Great. Let's just, because it's a bit, let's just take GPU caching off, and that gives, you can see things a lot better now, which is quite cool. Yeah, okay. Next is the hair, just for the top hair. Fill, image texture, select texture, hair color. Okay. Enter. Play with the scale again, get it kind of looking into a good spot. About like that. Yeah, that's fine. It's not obviously exactly the same as there. Maybe that texture is slightly bigger on the character. We could, we could scale it if you want to, but it just gets a bit grainy. Kind of like it. Kind of here for me. Next up is the mouth. We'll do mouth real quick. So it's like that. I think we're going to go just pure white for this because I just think it look better with the pure white. No texture. Stroke, maybe 1. Let's have a look. Let's test that. Hit enter. Now, why is that like that? Undo. It's because it's got image texture. Plain, we want on that. Try again. U. Q. Yeah, it's about a scale of 1. Maybe it's a slightly bigger than 1. Let's just preview it, see how it looks. Yeah, it's slightly bigger. Try 2. Maybe it's about 2. Yeah, to be fair, it's probably about 2. Okay, we can just smooth this out a little bit, like so. Just fix some of these lines because they're a little bit out. That's fine. We're going to add the teeth. We can add the teeth now. It's just going to be a case of adding some lines. So get the add points tool. I'm just looking at the reference, just where the teeth kind of go. One runs through here. And then there's 3 lines in total, maybe. And they're quite evenly spaced out, to be completely honest with you, so let's just do that. And then let's get the erase tool, eraser. Why can't I see the thing? T. Okay, I did erase this. For some reason, it's not showing. Just need to have a quick look. Erase. Okay, you want to make these just a stroke and hit fill. Great the shape, and there we have it for the teeth. So it's coming to life. Ooh, we forgot the ear. Let's add the ear. No stroke, just a fill. The effect on the fill will be image texture, and it will be skin. Hit enter, and then let's just do this. I think this ear needs to actually go on top of the hair layer, so we'll just do this, and let's just play with this a little bit here. Get it looking to a good spot. I'm missing a flick here, but it's okay. We can forget about that for now. That's fine. Brows. Let's do the brows. They're just going to be like little black shapes. So it's like both fill, no image texture. Just go for a black color, plain, just the fill, and hit enter, and there's the brows. Great. Okay. Next up, well, that's the head done actually. So as you can see on the head, he's got these kind of shadows behind the ear, behind the eyes. You can drop shadow. We can do that. We can go to the eye layer here. Shadows. Shadow on. You can see it kind of adds a shadow. You can just play with these dials here. Bring it in. It's probably gonna be like literally a solid edge, and then like that. What's expansion? Let's have a look at expansion. I don't know why that's what that is, to be honest. So I'm gonna play with it. But let's bring the opacity of it down, just so it's slightly softer, like it is on the character. And let's go direction like this. Yeah, that should work like that. That's fine. Hit apply. And same on the other eye. As you can see, it's kind of comes around the other side. So let's do that. Shadows, shadow on, same again. Bring it in. Bring the shadow direction to this side. And let's go with the opacity down, so it's kind of matching the other side. About there. Just checking it next to the reference. It looks good to me. Hit apply. Okay. So let's just Control R that to render it and see how it looks. One thing I've forgotten to do is make my project a 1080p one. So I'm going to go to my project settings and change this to 1080p HDTV. Hit OK. And now it's just a nicer, crisp, clear kind of preview. Okay. Next up, we're going to do the body. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's add a new vector. We'll call this neck. Let's go in and draw the neck. Let's hide the neck, the head layer. Add points. Let's go in now and just draw this neck shape. Okay, and then just trying to think how else we do this. I think we can just do this, to be fair. We can get this kind of collar. I don't like the way this line to me, so let's try again. Get this collar here. Like that. Okay. So that's the neck drawn. Now I want these points to be the same on the body, so it kind of lines up. So I'm going to select this shape. I guess we can just do that. Let's add a new layer, a new vector. Call it body. Put it behind the neck. Paste this. We want to steal these top shapes, top vectors even. Let's go to delete edge. Delete these bottom ones because that's just for the collar. And now we can go into this and add some points to this. Let's just trace this t-shirt like that. There's the t-shirt traced. We can add these lines afterwards. There's the body. Let's draw the arms. So the arms are going to be, I'm just going to kind of draw them pointing downwards for now. Yeah, let's do that. Vector. Let's go arm left, and it'll be screen right, but his left arm. So the body, I think we can steal maybe this point here, so it lines up nicely. Steal 2 points. Just steal these two. So G, grab these on the arm layer. Now this can come this way, like this, and then just continue this with a new kind of point. This will be the sleeve. Don't know what's going on there. Let's just edit that a little bit because it's a bit on the wonk. There we go. And add a skin section for the top part of his arm. So just like this. I think it's kind of, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's actually just squared off in this design. Let's just do that. Where's that point gone? Is it here? Have I made that up? Oh. No, it is there. Okay, cool. So there's the bottom part of the arm. What we'll do is we'll do the whole arm, and then we will just duplicate this whole layer, these two layers, and the hand, and flip it and put it on the other side. And then we've got the other arm also done. So let's just focus on this one arm for now. I'm going to select these 2 points here. I'm going to add a new layer, call it forearm. If that's me, name this layer. Forearm left, L for left. Paste A to add points. Oh, where's it going? Did it not go? Paste it. A to add points, there you go. Just add some points and let's just draw a. Oh, what's going on? A to add points. Just draw a forearm. We can fix this afterwards, do not worry. It's going to be probably about here. Maybe. Point there as well, just so we've got a bit of freedom with kind of moving the points around later. Okay, that's the forearm. And now we need a hand. So a new vector. I'm going to call it hand L. Let's start filling this out so we can see where we are. So the sleeve, we want to create just a fill. On the effect, we go to image texture, choose the sleeve jumper texture. Hit OK, enter. This will need a little bit of rescale because I think it's a little bit too small, that texture, so let's just blow this up a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go into this. As you can see, it's slightly off color from the reference. That's just my bad kind of photoshopping of grabbing the colors, but it's okay. You can have a darker jumper on, it's fine. There's the skin. I hit Q, select that layer. So rescale that a little bit. Select that shape, sorry. Letters, and then press down to put it behind the sleeve. Okay, and let's go to the forearm. Hit U. It should be on the same thing, which it is. Scale that up as well. And then that's that. Maybe we can get away with adding a point there and just pulling that up slightly. Control R to preview this. Let's go to the body as well and just create that shape. So image texture, not skin, it'll be jumper. Okay, enter. And then let's do the neck as well. Maybe that shape, and then Q. Play with that. Hit U, and then let's make this the skin. This would be my first time kind of using these image textures in Moho, so it's quite a cool little test for myself as well. To see how it kind of turns out. Let's just test. I need to make this reference not to render, so it doesn't come up when I Control R. It's like a clearer preview like this. Yeah, that's cool. It's working for me. This character's looking cool. Let's get this hand drawn now. It is a bit of a slow process. I do apologise. That's just animation in general, I think. But yeah, let's get this hand drawn. So I'm going to draw a pose for a hand, kind of just pointing downwards, I think. Let's draw this kind of mitten shape. Connect it up. We can add fingers after and a thumb. Oh, just add a quick thumb. It's going to come from the side like that. And let's add. We'll add the fingers afterwards. So let's go U. Select that. And select image texture. Skin's already chosen. Hit enter. Q to bring up the select shape and just play with the size of the texture to get it looking where you want it. Let's add that thumb. So just hit enter because that's already selected. And then hit down to bring it behind. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go in now and add some points for the fingers. So one there. Maybe one bit more this way. Let's do that again. So one like here, and one like here. E, erase, erase. U, let's select these. Now we want to kind of make these shapes so you see this line. So the line tool stroke's gonna be that color. I'm gonna select that color. It's gonna be probably a 3 again as well. You can have some kind of, you can see this taper. You can add that as well. But yeah, let's just do the stroke. Hit enter. And then we hit W to play with the width, and let's just do that there. And we don't really want this. You see this kind of overhang? There's got to be a way to get rid of that. Let's see if I can find out. Because yeah, maybe take off round caps. Round caps off. It's not great, is it? Okay, might have to just be like that. It's probably the least of my worries. Still, it reads from a distance, so it's okay. I kind of want to have a little kind of line here as well. So to do that, I'm going to hit A. I'm going to add a line, a point there, add a point. I don't know, maybe here. Hit U. I'm going to select T. Grab that. Oh, there's not a point there, that's why I add a point there. Turn off this so I can see the points. I want to select that point, and that point. Okay, selecting all of them. Brilliant. G. We'll get there. We will get there. Select these. U, and then let's add stroke. Create shape. Not black. Let's try that again. Create shape. Like that. Hit W. We don't want round caps. W to play with the taper. Just give it a little select taper there as well, I guess. Q. See how that looks on a render. And yeah, that hand is working for me. That's cool. It looks good to me. These hands will be on the switch layer, by the way, just so you know. We can now group this selection into an arm L layer, and that just means we can then go and add the origin of that layer up there. You need to do that as well as you go, guys. See this set origin here, which is O on the keyboard. Just set the origin to your vectors, because when it comes to rotating them, it's going to rotate from that origin point, if that makes sense. Is that a random point there? You don't want that there. Go to that. So yeah, just set the origins, guys, as you go, because it can be a bit of a nightmare if you haven't set them, and you got to go back and do it all afterwards. So yeah, just a little tip. There's them origin set. I'm going to just duplicate this arm layer now. This group duplicate layer, I'll call it arm right. I'm going to flip this whole thing like that. I'm going to bring it over here to here. Maybe just rotate it slightly. You can see it now. It rotates in the origin. Maybe even scale it down a tad, because it won't be as big as a little bit behind the body. Which I'll move it behind the body on the layers too. But yeah, so there's the top half of the body done. Let's just render that. Let's see how it looks. Cool. Okay. Kind of want to add these lines to the jumper now, just so it looks cool. So let's do that. Get the body layer, hit A. I'm just gonna draw kind of line shape through this shape. Erase them points. U. Oh, erase that one. Hit U. Select that line. We want a stroke. We want it to be darker than that stroke, like that. We don't want round caps, and let's just hit enter. See how it looks. Yeah, that's cool. That works for me. And he's got these two lines on the jumper here. Let's just add them little details very roughly. Like that. Hit U. We'll just select them both. Select these both. Sorry. Hit enter. Maybe we can go in with the stroke width tool and just give these a little bit of flair. And now we want a stroke on the neck collar. So let's open that layer. Let's just select that. Actually, let's just... Yeah, let's select that, and we can just do a stroke on that. Stroke on the neck. Why is that not working? You need to do that and then go stroke. Yeah. But let's select the right color for the stroke. So, like that. Hit H to hide these top lines. And then that should be working. We don't want round caps. Okay. Maybe we got to use the width tool just to bring this in a tad. That's fine, it's just the same issue we had before with the fingers over there, but that's fine, that works. Let's render it. Always check your rig, see if it's looking okay, which, yeah, it's looking fine to me. Cool. So just what we've got left is the bottom part, which is the trousers and the feet, and these little tassels on the trousers. So it looks like it's got a lower torso section here, and then these legs on top. So we'll do the lower torso with these tassels. Maybe do the tassels separate so we can get some sort of secondary action with these. And then we'll do one leg with the foot, and we'll just copy that and paste it over. And then that'll be pretty much the whole basics of the rig sorted. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's go beneath the body, add a new vector. Let's just call it lower torso. So lower torso, or lower torso apparently, because I can't spell. There you go, lower torso. Shape, and it's kind of a square shape by the looks of things. So let's just do that. Do about here. And maybe just give it a little bit of that. Looks like it goes a little bit higher this way. Let's just do that. We'll just make the shape while we're here, why not? So let's go fill, there's no stroke on this. Image texture, and choose your trousers texture or your trousers color if you're just using colors. Create the shape, play with the size of that texture, so it looks pretty cool. And then there's the lower torso done. Let's add a new vector. call it thigh left. We just set the origins as well, not oranges. I keep forgetting. There you go, there's that one. So for the thigh, it's a square, so we're going to get the square tool. And just create this shape. It's a very basic kind of shape, this for this, so like that. Just have a look at this real quick. Maybe we do it like that. Yeah, maybe like that. And then let's bring this down to around here. Just trying to think how this character looks when his legs bend. Can't really remember. Let's just do it like this for now. Worst case, I can go back and change it. G, select these 2 points. Paste on the new vector layer. Call it. I just call it a shank for this bottom part of the leg. Paste that. Add points. Okay. Well, I think with the plan, let's just make this all sharp corners. How do we do that? We go like this. Perfect. Okay. Let's do that. That'll be the lower part done, and then let's add a foot layer, or a shoe, whatever you call it. Foot shoe. Foot L again. Foot. Okay. Again, very simple kind of shape. Oh, what have we done there? Square shape. Let's just make this shape. Add points. Sharp corners. That's what we want. We want sharp corners. Why is it not let me do Oh, it is let me. Okay, weird. Okay. Just delete that. That's the shoe shape. They're going to be just black. I don't think I made an actual texture for the shoes, to be honest. So yeah, that'll just be a black fill, no image texture. So enter on that. Let's go to the shank. Let's go image texture, select texture, trousers. Enter. Play with that scale. Okay, looking relatively decent. Bring the foot beneath the shank and the thigh. Let's just make this shape. Same again, so like that, and then scale the texture again, so it's looking at a good spot. And to me, that looks good. I'm going to group these now. I'm going to call it leg L, and then we're just going to duplicate this layer. Call it leg R, and then let's set the origin on the leg L and on the leg R. And flip it, bring it to this side. We can actually then go ahead and edit this thigh because the lower torso shape is a little bit different. Let's just edit it so it fits there, like that. And then we're going to have these 2 tassels on the lower torso. Yeah, let's just add them real quick. I think I just add them as 2 strokes. I think so. We'll have them just hanging down. Oh, maybe 1. Let's just do this first. Sorry. And let's just add points at 1, 2, 3. That'll give it a good enough kind of swing. Copy paste. We'll have 2 of them. And we want it to be a darker colour than that. So let's select that colour. Go darker. I know it's got texture, but we're not going to do texture on this. We're just going to go with a thick line with round caps. Hit U. Stroke. Let's test that. Yeah. They need to be darker actually. Select both of them. Darker. I wonder if you can make this a different colour. No, when was it? Okay, I thought not. With that on the lower torso, that's why. Let's select this. Body. I wonder if it even makes a difference. Okay, thought not. That's fine. Okay, so that's like the whole kind of body draw now. By looks, I think we've done the tedious part. I'm going to just play with these shapes here so I don't get this weird join here. As you can see, if I just select that and I just raise that up a tad. Same here, just do that. And now when you render it, you're not getting that very strange kind of white line. So there's the drawing part of it done. Well, the start of the drawing part. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of hand shapes to draw, mouth shapes, eye shapes too, and bones to add to this guy. But we'll leave that here for this video, just the drawing side. That's a part 1. Part 2 will be rigging him. No, part 2, sorry, we'll be drawing the extra parts, so the mouth shapes, we'll do that, the eye shapes, and we'll do the hand shapes too. You can always, if you find you need a new hand shape later on down the line, you can just go in and you can add that afterwards too, so, it's not like you're stuck once you've done the first initial hand shapes, you can always add to it. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you like the video, leave a like, of course, leave a comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. Cheers, guys. Take it easy.